Steve Jobs is most famous for creating Apple Inc., the multimillion-dollar brand that has taken over the world, from MacBook computers to iPods and iPhones. But where did his journey start, and how did he create Apple? This curious inventor was quiet about his personal life during his career, but he started to open up during his last few years. Here are 5 inspiring facts about Steve Jobs that you should know. Number 1. Steve Jobs was adopted. Steve Jobs was born on February 24, 1955, to Abdul Fattah Jandali and Joan Skibble. Jandali came from a Muslim background and Skibble from a Catholic background, and they weren't married when Skibble fell pregnant. Both at the University of Wisconsin at the time, Skibble fled to California to have the birth. Skibble put Jobs up for adoption after deciding that she should not keep the baby. However, years later, they had a daughter that they kept. Number 2. Jobs almost became a Buddhist monk. In 1974, Jobs traveled to India to stay at the Neem Karoli ashram, seeking spiritual enlightenment. Unfortunately, upon his arrival, he had learned of Neem Karoli's death the previous year, so he altered his trip. Instead, he headed to the ashram of Haidakan Babaji, where he spent 7 months before returning to the US. Jobs started to practice Zen Buddhism, which became a huge part of his life. At one point, he considered becoming a monk at Eiheiji in Japan. Number 3. Steve Jobs was a college dropout. Like many successful entrepreneurs, Jobs was a college dropout. In 1972, Jobs enrolled at Reed College but dropped out after 1 semester. He explained to his parents that he didn't want to waste their money on education that was meaningless to him. Jobs' adopted parents had promised his biological mother Skibble that they would pay for his education. Number 4. Steve Jobs founded Apple Inc. in 1976. Alongside Steve Wozniak, Jobs created the first Apple computer in March 1976. Wozniak designed the Apple I, and together with Jobs, they decided to sell it to the public. By April 1, 1976, the two set up Apple Computer Company as a business partnership alongside Ronald Wayne, now known as Apple Inc. The business was registered at Jobs' parents' home on Crist Drive. Jobs' bedroom was their office, which later moved to the garage. The name, Apple, came from Jobs' time on the All One Farm commune in Oregon. Jobs spent a lot of time in the apple orchard and decided that should be the company name. Number 5. Jobs named an Apple computer after his daughter. Out of Steve's 4 children, only 3 were with his wife, Laureen Powell. His first child was with his Homestead High on and off girlfriend, Chris N. Brennan. When Brennan found out she was pregnant, Jobs denied responsibility for the pregnancy, which resulted in Brennan ending her relationship with Jobs. Lisa Nicole Brennan Jobs was born May 17, 1978. Jobs was not present for Lisa's birth but went to visit Brennan 3 days later. Together they named their daughter Lisa. Jobs then named the computer he was working on the Apple Lisa. He then denied publicly that he named the system after his daughter and that Lisa stood for Local Integrated Systems Architecture. In later years he has admitted that the project was named after his daughter.